I wanted to ask you, Blair, about going back to 1980. Some people may not know this, but CBS television was there to film the show. As
Hmm.
back then in the late 1970s, ABC Wide World of Sports was usually filming the Mr. Olympia, and then NBC and CBS got involved, and then CBS was there filming it in 1980, and then that footage was never used. And you did get to see that footage though, didn't you?
I did. I was. There was only four people that I recall saw that footage. This is what happened prior to the Mr. Olympia. CBS sent a film crew and spent 2 days with who they assumed might be the top competitors. They spent 2 days with Mike Minzer, 2 days with Dennis Tenorino, 2 days with me, and there might have been 2 days with Chris Dickerson. I'm not quite sure. So that film crew, I knew they had been to my home, spent the whole day with me, and then that same film crew went over to Sydney to film the contest. And the God, let me think of the guy's name. I remember the guy that was there. Well, his name will come to me in a minute. But he was there, and he called me in Sydney after the contest, and he says, "I'd like to have a meeting with you and Frank and Dennis and a couple of other people." He said, "We're never going to be able to show this on TV." He said, "It's just too controversial." So, I said, "Okay, that's just the way. That's the end of it."
Now, why did he say that, Blair? Why did he say it was too
Well, because it
controversial?
was obvious to him that Arnold didn't deserve to win, and they didn't want to put something so controversial, even to the average person sitting in the audience, to realize, hey, something's wrong here. This is not right. So I never thought any more about it. So Sherm Egan, that was the guy's name. He was the guy that was producing the thing for CBS. So somehow or another, he calls me later that year because I'm in New York, and he says, "If you'd like to see the uncut version, the unedited version of this thing," he says, "meet me at CBS, and I'll let you watch it." So I contacted Wayne. Wayne, his wife at the time, Karen, Chris Dickerson, and one of Chris's buddies. We went and watched the thing, and I didn't realize what a great difference it was until you're sitting watching the thing. And that's when it really was apparent, hey, something is wrong here. And they said, "This is it. We're not going back." So even though they paid the sanction fee for 1981, they never went back. And as far as I know, they've never filmed anything related to bodybuilding ever again.
So, what was your opinion of the footage, Blair? What did you see when you saw it?
Well, I mean, it stuck out just as much as I had experienced. I mean, Arnold was by far not in his best shape. And as I said, two things I noticed that stood out in watching Arnold. He looked thin, okay, but he also looked unbelievably nervous. He was not confident. He's always been noted for being very, very confident in charge. He was not. Even with all the judges in his pocket, he was still unsure of how the crowd was going to react, and they did react quite negatively when they announced the results of the contest.
Wow.